smells like a rain going against a grain. Open my mind to drain, my heart is in pain. It smells like a rain, so I couldn't restrain. Open my eyes to drain, my heart is in pain. It smells like a rain, screaming heartbeat sane. Open my mouth to drain, my heart is in pain. It smells like a rain, misery unchained. Pick up a pen to drain, my heart is in pain. Lately, my mind slips away, and it smells like rain. Heart is in pain, heart is in pain, heart is in pain, and it smells like rain. Heart is in pain, heart is in pain, heart is in pain.
Bhavana Reddy is a fantastic singer-songwriter. She's also a fantastic Kuchipudi dancer. She's after all the younger daughter of the legendary Kuchipudi stars Radha and Kaushalya Reddy. But in this show, we're going to focus on her music. She's come out with her debut album, Tangled in Emotions, earlier this year. It's a phenomenal debut. Bhavana Reddy is on her way to the top. You're watching Our Talk. I'm Jujhar Singh. Hi.
Hi.
It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, you know, in 2011, I saw you debut as a Kuchipudi dancer on this very stage. How and when did you decide to pursue a parallel career in music as well?
It actually happened at the same time. It was just a month before that I got my acceptance letter to Musicians Institute, Los Angeles. So, yeah, like one month after I had my recital, and a few months later I was gone.
Let's look at this from the beginning. I believe that you started learning Kuchipudi dance and Carnatic vocal music both around the age of 4.
That's right. Mom was very insistent that we had like a holistic approach towards dance. So we'd learn Carnatic music. Later on, I learned violin as well as Sanskrit. So she was very insistent that we understood what we were dancing to.
I believe that by the age of 7, you've been called a dancing prodigy.
Well,
and over the years, you performed in front of presidents, prime ministers, and the Prince of Wales as well.
like my mom says, I started touring when I was in her womb. So my actual performing experience started when I was 5 years old. So we did a bunch of tours. We went to, I think I've been to the US like some 4 or 5 times. And Europe and all that. Yeah, it's been a really good run that way.
So over the years, when you were young, while you were performing Kuchipudi as a professional dancer, you were also singing and writing poetry on the side.
That happened sometime in 2012 or 2011.
Your older sister Yamini says that you were a bathroom singer. In fact, I have a quote of hers. I read she said that we used to hear all these loud noises coming out of the bathroom.
Yeah, basically I wouldn't listen to the lyrics. I'd always know the melody. So it always sounded like I was just wailing the whole time. You know?
And when you went to college, you realized you wanted to pursue music. So you went to the Musicians Institute in Los Angeles. You then started composing music, writing lyrics, and putting a band together.
That's right. That was actually my plan all along. Yeah, it's just I didn't know that I wanted to write my own songs, but it just happened. Like, you know, we had songwriting classes, and I would write songs, and then I just started to enjoy it so much that that's the path I've chosen.
So when did you actually put your band together?
That happened like maybe a year into going to the. No, actually, it was just a couple of months after.
So which year are we talking about?
February 2012.
Okay, and since then, I believe you actually played in some significant places.
Yes, in fact, I performed for the Grammy After Party in February 2013. And after that, I performed for this thing called the Devi Fair. It was like a program for the Indian American female visionaries in LA.
In fact, I believe that earlier this year you also did the lead vocals for the title song of the Hollywood film Joyride 3.
That's right. It came through a friend. I actually didn't know what it was for. He was just looking for a female vocalist who could do grunge vocals in the style of this 90s band called Garbage. And I had no idea what it was for. So I just wrote to him. I said, hey, you know, I'd love to do it. I sent him a cover of me doing Alice in Chains' Rooster. And I found out later that it wasn't that song, but my original song, Smells Like Rain, that actually led to him like picking me.
And then came the landmark. You came out with your debut album, Tangled in Emotions, this year.
Yeah.
And I believe it's playing in over 40 radio stations in the United States, Canada, Australia, and India.
Since it was my debut EP, so I was really nervous when I put it out there, because a lot of people that I know were like, well, you know, why don't you write pop music, write something happy and up-tempo, you know? So for me, I was adamant. I was very adamant that this is who I am and this is what I'm going to put out, because anything else would be fake. So,
which is not very happy music in that conventional sense.
That's right.
But it's absolutely beautiful music.
Thank you.
Loved one of your songs. I mean, I loved all of them, but I absolutely loved one of them particularly, Smells Like Rain. And we'd love to hear that, by the way.
Definitely. We'll put on a show for you.
And as we hear the song, very quickly, who are your band members?
So I have Dennis Nilsson on drums. He's from Sweden. And we actually met a couple of us, we met in LA. So, and then Vinay Kaushal on guitars. And Kevin Lambertucci is my original bass player, but he couldn't make it. But I have an equally awesome bass player right now called Krishnan Swaminathan. And then I have Rakesh Bharadwaj on percussion, and Kiran Kumar Sharma on flute, Rohit Gupta on keyboard, and Dan and Rampton on violin.
All right,
so
fantastic.
That's a big band.
So let's hear Bhavana Reddy, Smells Like Rain on Our Talk.
It smells like a rain going against a grain. Open my mind to drain, my heart is in pain. It smells like a rain, so I couldn't restrain. Open my eyes to drain, my heart is in pain. It smells like a rain, screaming heartbeat sane. Open my mouth to drain, my heart is in pain. It smells like a rain, misery unchained. Pick up a pen to drain, my heart is in pain. Lately my mind slips away.
Bhavana, that's a brilliant song. It's absolutely outstanding.
Thank you.
I mean it. And there are three things about your voice. It's beautiful, it's emotional, and it's powerful.
Thank you. Thank
Where
you.
did you draw that power from?
I don't know. I mean, I've been drawn to a lot of like heavy songs.
Because you're so sweet otherwise. I'm wondering where that power comes out when the mic goes in front of you.
Well, I can get really angry sometimes. So I guess, and that's been like that since I was a little kid. Like, I think for me, I feel like I'm a person of really strong conviction. Like, and if I feel like somebody's doing me wrong, I get really angry. I may not voice it to them, but it does come out in my songs. So
And look at your lyrics as well. I mean, you've written them. It smells like rain, my heart is in pain. These are not lyrics, it's poetry.
well, I don't know. It's just I think of it as poetry, and sometimes even in a dialogue form. So
If I just came up with a couple of lines that I could remember, but why don't you recite a few lines from that song? Let's listen to your words.
I say it smells like rain, so I couldn't restrain. Put on a smile to feign, my heart is in pain. So basically it's like, you know how a lot of times you walk out and you're actually feeling really sad from the inside,
Yeah.
but you can't show it to the world, so you have to smile.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, it's melancholic, and in fact, I've noticed that most of your songs are melancholic in their lyrics. I mean, you know, your title song in your album, Tangled in Emotions, is "Don't Cry for Me, Lover." I mean, where does this melancholy come from?
A lot of it comes from like observing other people's situations and also observing my own. I'm like I said, I'm a very straightforward person, and I also tend to, at least in the past, I would trust people very easily, and you know, like I would give them my 100% and just be like my first interaction with them would be very like trusting, and a lot of times I've gotten hurt for those reasons. So like I say in the song, I say that I'm basically saying that I'm very closed up emotionally right now, and I can't give myself away. So I'm telling this this person, don't cry for me, for all I can feel is dolor, like sorrow, you know. So don't even try. So yeah.
And let's talk about the style of your music as well. Pop, rock, jazz. I mean, what is it?
I have no idea. Like I literally haven't. I don't know how to explain it. Like a lot of people have asked me,
That's
and
great.
I don't know, because the thing is when I make the music, I don't think within a box. Like I just let it. I don't even think of a box. Like a box doesn't even exist. Like I just like, you know, I just let out whatever's coming out. You know.
It's
like,
also been written about your music. It's a blend of the Indian concept of melody and the Western concept of harmony.
it's just a bunch of melodies put together to form harmony.
So your music is basically a confluence of Western and Eastern styles.
Yeah.
And you draw on Kuchipudi dance, you draw on Carnatic classical music as well.
Yeah, see, like I said, I don't think within a box when I create the music. I just let out whatever comes out naturally to me. So that's all. That's like all a mix of all the influences that I've had since I was a kid.
And a very good example, by the way, of this confluence between the West and East in your music is another song from your debut album. The song is called Stuck in a Valley.
Yes.
And we'd love to hear that.
Yes.
Why
Yeah.
don't you describe the song for us first?
Well, Stuck in a Valley is actually about being stuck between two choices. So like when you're in a valley, you have a mountain on one side and a mountain on the other side. So you don't know which one to pick. Like let's say you're stuck in there and you don't know which choice to make. You don't know whether to go this way or whether to go that way. But by the time you've chosen a path, by the time you've crossed the whole mountain, your life has gone by. So it's basically about choosing very wisely and actually making a decision and not being stuck in there.
I believe you're also going to use Kuchipudi dances during your song.
Yes,
Yeah?
that's
What's
right.
the idea behind that?
I actually, like I was telling a couple of friends of mine, I was like, hey, Beyonce has backup dancers, you know. She has pop, like they do like hip hop and, you know, all these different styles. And in India we have Bollywood dance, but why not bring classical dance to the forefront? And Well, I mean, it's just as appealing and it's just as lively.
Yeah.
So why not bring that? And in fact,
And
outside...
since you know Kuchipudi dancing equally well,
Exactly.
why not bring a confidence over here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stuck in a valley below, amongst the sheep in a row. Whispers spread in the air. The unknown breeds despair. Dreams float around, stories sweet and unsound. Dreams float around, stories sweet and unsound. Dreams float around, stories sweet and unsound. Told of the hills he's bound. Or was it the other way around? The other way around, the other way around. No one who traveled returned to the valley. They call it life's darkest alley. Darkest alley. The choices we make cost us a life. So who are the wise? Can we ask them after life? Trees float around, stories sweet and unsound. 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 I'm stuck below, hair of the grave of those who took the secrets to their grave. Unrest within me to achieve my dream. Nightmares of earth free. Trees float around, stories sweet and unsound. Trees float around, stories sweet and unsound. Trees float around, stories sweet and unsound. Trees float around, stories sweet and unsound.
All right, Bhavana, now it's time for a rapid fire round of questions. Ready? All right. Short answers, please.
Sure.
First, the musician you admire the most.
Fiona Apple.
Your biggest inspiration.
I think it's my dad
Uh-huh.
and my mom. Both my dad and my mom. It's just, you know, the amount of dedication and the perseverance they have, and even my dad's choreography. It's very inspiring. Like it's just, it's everything I've always wanted to be.
The best reaction you got to your music.
Somebody actually at my show in LA, he actually like went down on his knees and he was like, I was, you know, it was.
He proposed to you.
No, he didn't propose to me, but he was like almost like, you know, like bowing down to me. So I was kind of like shocked at the same time, because that's never happened before. Like I've seen that happen to my parents, but I've never seen that like before. So
And number 4, where would you like to see yourself 5 years down the line?
5 years down the line, I'd like to see myself with a whole orchestra. Like have like a whole thing that I, composed. I actually want to study a lot more about composition, and I would like to have like a whole string section or a whole horn section, and just, like in a cockpit, and like have like a whole production with like dancers and everything.
Is your future going to be more about music or dance?
Both. I can't let go of it. I just can't. I mean, I went to LA and I just missed being with my parents so much, and like I just can't let go of dance. Like,
But you're also trying to marry both of them, right?
Yes.
Music and dance.
Yes.
What's the idea over here? I mean, how do you plan to take this forward?
See, music and dance is so connected anyway.
Yeah.
So whether I'm doing it to my own music or whether I'm doing it to Carnatic music, it's still, it can still be done. And it just feels like a complete experience to me, when you have music and then you're also enacting it with your dance. And also, like, just personally, I just feel so much more complete when I'm moving my arms, and I just feel like my limbs are longing for it when I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's just something that it feels like it makes me complete.
Finally, I believe you've also been working on new songs. I'm wondering if you can leave us with one of them.
Yeah, of course.
What could you perform for us?
Well, I have this new song called Ace of Hearts, which is not on the EP. It's all about deceit. It's all about like coming across the wrong person and giving your heart away to them and being deceived by them. So Ace of Hearts is this guy.
So he is an Ace of Hearts, basically. What are the lyrics? I mean, give us a couple of lines.
The chorus says, "Lonesome in the search of someone, my foot falls on a stack of cards. Deceived by an ace of hearts, there's no one to call my own, not one."
What are the musical influences in this song?
In fact, I've tried to use a lot of Carnatic influence in this. So if you hear the outro, it's got a whole Carnatic section with a flute player, and then the whole band ends with a tihai or a tirmanam. So I've tried to, like, the flute player will play and then in the back, the band goes da 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 da. So it's like I've tried to bring the Carnatic style and the Western string section, the whole thing together, along with the drums and everything.
Really look forward to hearing this, but in the meantime, all the very best to you and your accompanying musicians. I hope and expect you'll go very far in your career. Thank you very much for joining us on our tour.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Judgment calls upon bound.